Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. I am Pat for Pat's Path Predictor, and first off, before we get into the good stuff of this video, I want to talk for a few minutes about what happened in Iowa last night, as at least 7 people have been killed following a severe weather outbreak, which included tornadoes across the state on Saturday. Officials in Madison County said 4 adults and 2 children are confirmed dead after a tornado rated initially as at least an EF3 tornado. So we already know this is a particularly bad tornado. We already know at this point that this tornado is at least as bad as the one that hit the Amazon warehouse in Edwardsville in December of 2021. So, yeah, it tore through the county. Emergency management officials said the tornado hit the community of Winterset around 4:30 p.m. So this was earlier in the day and everything before I made my video, so I had no idea this happened until this morning and everything. So yeah, if you were wondering why I didn't mention this, that's because I didn't know this happened. So yeah, basically search and rescue operations continued into Saturday night as authorities looked for additional storm victims. The NWS in Des Moines tweeted later Saturday that initial photos and videos from the damage around the community of Winterset suggested that at least an EF3 tornado, capable of causing severe damage on the enhanced Fujita scale. It said weather service teams would investigate the damage Sunday and further assess a potential rating. So already we have another strong tornado already. It's already very early in severe weather season, and already we have a pretty bad tornado going on. So, yeah, this is why we gotta be prepared for severe weather and everything like that. The really bad stuff doesn't come until April, but already it's starting to ramp up. It kicked off kind of yesterday, and it's about to continue today. We'll get into that in a little bit, but nearby Norwalk suffered extensive damage as well. A majority of the damage occurred in the south end of the Des Moines suburb. No injuries have been reported there, thankfully. Yeah, also in southern Iowa, 1 person was killed in Lucas County, where significant damage was reported east and south of Cherryton. Yeah, and Governor Kim Reynolds late last night declared a disaster proclamation for Madison County. The damage was that bad that the governor had to declare such a proclamation right there. So yeah, this whole severe weather outbreak was pretty powerful, and that's why they issued the enhanced risk of severe weather and everything. So yeah, it's not. So yeah, we're gonna be assessing it, and I will be updating you guys when they finally issue what rating this was and everything. So anyway, let's get into the juicy stuff right here. As you can see, the National Weather Service, there's no other watches and warnings and everything. That could change in a little bit, though, because this is the SPC right here. We now have an enhanced risk zone through northern Arkansas and southern Missouri right here, and we'll go through all the risks in a second, but I want to talk about the severe weather risk throughout the country right here. As there's a slight risk that goes from Texas all the way up to Ohio right now, so no real changes right there. The biggest change right here is this enhanced risk zone, and that's because there's a increased risk of severe weather right there, and we'll go through that in a second. But yeah, the marginal risk is from near St. Louis all the way down to Waco, Texas, all the way down to through Shreveport, through Mississippi, into more of eastern Ohio, into the border of West Virginia right there, as well as a bit of a marginal risk in upstate New York and Vermont. So we'll be going through all of this. Let's first talk about the hail threat right here. The hail threat is actually probably the least threat, right? The lesser threat right here. It's only at 15% right here from Springfield all down to parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas right here, as well as a 5% range through more of the slight and some of the marginal risk areas right there. Now the wind risk right here. This is probably the greatest threat is the wind threat and everything. As you can see, they have a 30% risk of basically severe weather winds, which is 50 knots or 58 miles per hour within 25 miles of a point. That's a 30% chance right here for just southeast of Springfield, southern Missouri. In that enhanced risk area, that's why they issued it, as well as for another reason that we'll get to in just a second. 15% from Cincinnati down near Dallas, and then a 5% risk from Columbus to Waco. So, Yeah, this thing is not kidding around right now. And now this is what I want to show you guys: the tornado risk. This is also why they upped it to an enhanced risk, because there's not only a 10% risk in that same area, but now there is a hatched area of that, which means that there is now a 10% or greater probability of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes to be within 25 miles up in a point. And that area is right here, and that right there. The 10% in that risk area right there. 5% through a little bit of Oklahoma down into Indiana and Kentucky right there. 2% from Ohio to Texas. So yeah, that's why they issued the enhanced risk. It's because of the tornado threat and the wind threats. They upped it up this morning and everything. So yeah, this is what's going to be happening. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this at the summary and the synopsis real quickly. Severe thunderstorms are expected this afternoon into tonight in a corridor from the Arklatex and Ozarks region into the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley. This includes the risk for a few tornadoes, some of which may be strong and damaging winds, especially in the this evening / overnight across portions of northern Arkansas and southern Missouri. So that's why they issued the enhanced risk right there. So please keep that in mind. Now let's get into the more meteorological stuff. Evident on the morning water vapor imagery, a deepening shortwave trough and 90 to 100 knot 500 millibar jet winds are forecast to eject northeastward out of the four corners across the southern plains today, reaching the Ozarks and the Ohio Valley later tonight. At the surface, a cold front draped over the Mississippi and Ohio valleys will move to the east as a wave cyclone travels along the front overnight. The low-level warm advection is expected through much of the day ahead of the trough across Arkansas, Louisiana. This and the initially subtle forcing of the ascent will intensify through the afternoon and evening, resulting in scattered showers and eventual thunderstorm development as weak inhibition is removed. While wind profiles are not forecast to be overly strong at first, the low-level hydrograph curvature and gradual improving of buoyancy from the advection of 60-plus degree Fahrenheit surface dew points, which that is very moist, by the way, may support a few strong, severe storms across the Arklatex area as early as this afternoon. The greater severe threat will likely evolve late this afternoon and evening into the overnight hours as the approaching trough and low-level jet intensify. Any remaining inhibition should quickly be overcome, supporting numerous showers and thunderstorms by 0 to 2Z, which is between 6 and 8 o'clock tonight right there. So okay, they just updated that. All right. So yeah, that's between 6 and 8 o'clock tonight. For those of you who do not know, 0 UTC is 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time and 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up and everything. 50-60 knots of effective shear and low level hydrographs will support the potential of a few supercells or organized clusters ahead of the more linear development closer to the cold front. This would support the risk of damaging wind gusts and a few tornadoes, some of which may be strong across portions of northern Arkansas and southern Missouri. Storms should eventually congeal into a larger cluster QLCS as they track northeastward through the Ohio Valley. So already this is showing this is a very serious situation that may be coming up tonight, especially considering what happened in Iowa yesterday and last night with those severe storms and everything. So yeah, the NWS isn't kidding around with this. The NWS, they haven't issued any watches yet, but that might change. Odds are they're going to issue either a severe thunderstorm or tornado watch. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to go with this. I know the threat for tornadoes, especially strong ones, is there's a heightened risk of that. So they might go with the tornado watch, but I have seen stuff like this before, and them issuing a severe thunderstorm watch. But odds are expect a severe watch of some sort tonight if you're in the Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee area, because that's what we're going to be looking at right there. Yeah, the tornado threat. This is the hatched area right there. odds are they're probably going to issue a tornado watch, at least in this area right here. So, yeah, just keep that in mind for tonight and everything. It potentially could get pretty bad tonight. I will keep an eye on the situation as it develops. Let's go to the day 2 outlook because this stuff isn't over. It's still the same from Mississippi all the way to West Virginia right here with a slight risk area as well. So yeah, I'm taking a quick look at it. So the summary: thunderstorms capable of scattered, damaging wind gusts will be possible for parts of the southeast into the Ohio Valley and Appalachians on Monday. So yeah, recent model guidance continues to show an extensive band of convection early Monday morning from the Ohio Valley southwestward into the lower Mississippi Valley. Weak lapse rates will act as to limit buoyancy amidst a narrow plume of low-level moisture ahead of the front. Dew points ranging from near 60 degrees Fahrenheit north to the mid-60s in the south. However, strong low to mid-level flow will promote quick storm motion and potential for damaging wind gusts with the stronger convection of aided downdrafts. There is appreciable uncertainty on the southwest extent of the severe risk over the lower Mississippi Valley during the day. Weakening forcing for ascent may lead into only weak convection along the front. However, steepening low-level lapse rates over Alabama during the day may lead to a rejuvenation of the severe risk. It appears damaging wind gusts will be the primary hazards, but a tornado is possible with the squall line in the morning or perhaps later in the day over the Alabama vicinity. It seems the convection will probably weaken as it moves east across the spine of the Appalachians into the mid-Atlantic and as it encounters weakening instability. Nevertheless, in later outlooks will reassess the model forecast buoyancy for a possible low-level wind hazard for parts of the mid-Atlantic. So this isn't over yet. We still have another day tomorrow. And then day 3, there's actually, let's go, before we go to the day 3, we'll talk about some of the risk. Tornado risk, it's 2% from Kentucky all the way down to Mississippi and Alabama. The wind threat, like I said, is probably the biggest threat. 15% from West Virginia down to Mississippi and Alabama, including Nashville, Chattanooga, Birmingham, just east of Jackson, Tennessee, just east of Louisville, Kentucky, Charleston, West Virginia, right there. The hail threat, there's not much of a hail threat this time, so that's some good news right there. So the predominant threat for tomorrow is wind. Now the day 3 outlook, there's a general thunderstorm through the south and everything, but through the deep south and everything, but that's about it. So that's the SPC. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest GFS model run right here, just to give you an idea of how this might play out. So it starts to develop later tonight, and then it really starts to ramp up in intensity. That at least the low does, and then by 6 a.m. Tomorrow, we have a huge line of at least either storms or very heavy rain from Pennsylvania all the way down to southern Missouri. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, and then it starts to weaken a little bit. This is what the severe threat is going to be for tomorrow and everything. Then it's going to leave into the Atlantic right there. Okay, we're requesting sounding. I did not mean to do that once again. So basically, long story short, this thing is going to develop over Arkansas and Missouri, and this looks like to be one continual event and everything. So yeah, this isn't going to be very fun and everything. You need to keep an eye out. As soon as that watch goes out and everything, you better be prepared. Whenever a tornado warning is issued, go to your basement or the most interior room in your house or building that you are in. Because the more walls you can keep between you and the outside world, the better you'll be. Whenever a severe thunderstorm warning happens, just be vigilant and everything. The biggest threat is powerful wind gusts, but some hail is not out of the question, so keep an eye on that. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. If you're in Missouri and Arkansas, watch out for the watch that will likely come out either this afternoon or tonight. But with that being said, that's the end of this video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. And with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.